right. So we'll go ahead and open it up for discussion. Anybody have any more questions? Great, then we're gonna go ahead and move forward with the vote on the motion to hire Teal, Brown, and Hill
So glad
to assist the city in getting caught up with our audits, phase 1,
Yes.
phase 2,
Yes.
phase 3,
Yes.
phase 4, phase 5.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item C, discuss, consider, and take action approving resolution 649, close existing bank accounts with First State Bank of Odin due to compromised account information and authorize the opening of new accounts, including designation of authorized signatories to transfer all funds to new established accounts. I have a motion.
Motion approved, resolution number 640.
I have a motion by Councilman Falcon. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And a second by Councilman Dominguez. We'll open it up for discussion. So what I want, Ms. Lisa, if you could please start and just kind of fill us in on what the resolution is and maybe you or Ms. Betsy to kind of get us caught up here.
So we're wanting to close all of the bank accounts and just open them up into new bank accounts. That way we can have a new account number for all of them.
That's why?
Because the part of the account numbers were posted on a public forum.
Or what?
They were posted on a public forum that we had shared with council, and the information that got out and was posted out there. It opens up this up to people who only have access to our accounts. They know the balances, like what kind of balances those bank accounts are carrying.
So our account number was.
It was a partial.
It was a, that's what you took every account the city has. And the Bank of Florida's recommendation was that we replace, that we close those accounts and open them. It was something shared on Facebook. It also had balances. And what the Bank of Odom, their recommendation is that, the city of Odom writes a lot of checks, so having, that sensitive information getting out, they're able to, if there's somebody that wants to do something, they can, if they have access to that Facebook post that was, they can look back and look, okay, well, this is the same account that we get the check from Odom from. It's relatively easy at that point to try to access the account. If some of y'all that were here a couple of years ago, we had to close out our general fund account because it'd been hacked, and there were some charges right on the account, on the full general account, so we had to change it already. So the bank recommended that we change the accounts.
So was this recommended by the bank or did we approach the bank?
Well, we approached the bank to find out what they felt would be the best way to go, and their recommendation was that to me that it could potentially compromise our accounts, especially when there's balances in there. People see, oh shoot, they have this much money in this account. It might be worth doing something to it.
So what do you do if somebody comes and requests that information?
Oh,
They would deal with the account numbers, like,
Don't have long.
you would have found, if they would have, if it would have been redacted whenever it's posted. But also, by doing this, it's gonna be a lot of work to get everything done, but we'll also have a clean record in our Encos software and be able to do the bank reconciliations in there, because we'll be starting from zero.
Well, that was gonna be my next question because with this screen is all of your auditors coming in. So
No,
it's not.
I think I had asked you as well, and you mentioned that there was a couple of, there was 2 accounts that were being drafted every month, and y'all don't know who's drafting that?
There's an Adobe charge that we've been charged for, and we don't, I tried to get with Adobe to get that account and they don't know what card it's coming out of, and we can't tell which card it's coming out of. And then also, we don't know what, like, email address registered in. So this will help make it shut down.
How much is that?
I don't know, I think it's like 30 or 60.
How much?
Between 30 and 60. And then we also have our Google email addresses, we've not been able to shut down.
So next thing you put a stop payment? Yeah.
We try to do a stop payment, but it's not anywhere with it. Because we have multiple real charges for Adobe, so I don't know if that would stop all of them with our Adobe license.
But you've been able to identify that there's one in there.
There's 2 of them. And it's
There's 2 of
like somebody set up an Adobe account, it's probably not with the city anymore, and we don't have the access information on how that was set up to be able to stop it.
Okay, so when you say you tried to request stop payment,
I
you go into a little bit.
I sent an email to the bank, letting them know that these are charges that we're not.
You call them,
Yes.
and they say you can't do it.
I haven't heard back from them on it.
How long has this been?
It's been like a long time ago.
Huh?
It's been probably last May.
Last May?
But I know whenever I should have followed up on it, in that email. There was a bunch of other-
So you gotta treat these accounts like, I mean, you should have been on it like, man, you get charged, they are, just like your personal account. You're gonna be hollering, same thing. You can't just decide that it's gonna continue. So 12 months, I mean, you've done that long?
Well, it's probably been further than that. We won't know.
The Google account has been for years, and that's like 650 a month. It's about 600 a month. And I know that the previous administrator tried to call Google, tried to stop it, and they won't stop it because he wasn't the person who started it.
So this,
So we've already gotten the debit cards, and then we're changing the account numbers, that's gonna help some.
yeah, because they're not gonna be able to pull it. So it's, then if it's legit, they will call you and say, hey, this is legit, then you're gonna have.
And then maybe for some, I'm not sure what, maybe there was a reason why they weren't like initially shut down, maybe they were trying to like keep record, like I know with the Google emails, that would be old records, like emails, so maybe there was a reason that, whatever,
Retention.
yeah.
Overall, it's gonna help.
Excellent. Then, we're gonna go ahead and move on with the vote on approving resolution 649 to close the taxes and existing bank account for the First State Bank of Odom. A motion by Councilman Paulson, second by Councilman Dominguez. Phase 1,
Yes.
phase 2,
Yes.
phase 3,
Yes.
phase 4,
Yes.
phase 5.
Yes.
Motion carries.
You have a plan on how long this is gonna take you to do this?
As soon as they get the money. Next.
Yeah, maybe what we could do is, have a special call meeting, maybe next week, real quick, just for that.
Yeah.
Approve the minutes, and so you guys can get it done next week. So I don't think we can do anything right now, because we have a 3-day grace period, so. Let's look to do a special call meeting next week. Just for this item. Yeah. Item D, discuss, consider, and ratify the EDC expenditures for Easter, the park, and the parks rental schedule for March 29th, 2026, not to exceed 3,500. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Alderman Dominguez, have a second. A second by Alderman Garza. We'll go ahead and open it up for discussion. I mean, Alderman Huerta, could you just kind of let us know?
We were gonna have it at the Veterans Park, and Lisa, I think, we were gonna go with helicopter drop, but they can't do it anymore. So Lisa called me and asked if she could change it, I said, well, yeah, we don't need the big park anymore, so that's why she's gonna change it to this park over here.
And I think that's a great idea. That it gives a lot more for the
Yeah.
kids to do there. You know, they can hang out, and also that, you know, we're bringing in vendors, you know, the vendors there's a big,
There are lots of vendors right now.
so there's a big,
The cotton gin, president over there did advise us that, you know, it's kind of dangerous to have it out there, because sometimes they have big trucks coming out.
well, it's also the last few years, it's been pretty windy out there, the eggs all fly to one spot, so.
Yeah,
You know,
so there's not gonna be no, so we decided to go ahead and rent the Easter bunny. I think it's a couple,
Okay.
and that's it, so we're not doing that.
So the sheriff will also be there, you know, with his trailer and giving out the popcorn, so, you know, it should be a fun day. So, looking forward to it. All right, so there's no more discussion, we'll move on with the vote to ratify the expenditures for Easter in the park. We had a motion by Councilman Dominguez, second by, Alderman Dominguez, and second by Alderman Garza. Phase 1,
Yes.
phase 2,
Yes.
phase 3,
Yes.
phase 4,
Yes.
phase 5.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item D, discuss, consider, and take action on closing down the street at Humphreys and Klein at the main park on March 29th for the Easter in the park. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion to close this.
A motion by Alderman Garza. Have a second?
A second for discussion mode.
And a second motion by Alderman Dominguez for discussion only. Anthony? I need your explanation here. We have one motion to take action. We have somebody who wants to just discuss.
Well, you can do it for discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, and then once you finish with discussion, basically, call it back.
All right, so we'll go ahead and move on with the discussion. All right.
So I think last time we closed the street, I don't remember for what, wasn't there some discussion on the businesses as well?
Oh, it was for the WSW event. that we had out
There you
there.
go. Yeah.
And some of the businesses, some of the people that were involved in the barbecue cook-off were parking in front of those places. We intentionally blocked the road further down on Humphreys so the businesses could still have some parking for their customers. But the problem was that a lot of the barbecuers were parking in their spots. So,
We have some cones or something we can put out there. Or,
Our guys, they
yeah,
like,
and barricades you could put out there. So.
and then the fire department will be notified. And then you could just notify the business there. I think there's 2 businesses.
Yeah.
Maybe they might
Well, there's
want to
3
be
now.
members too.
On that day.
Yeah, you have the coffee shop, the snow cone place, and Christian. So,
So just to give them heads up.
yeah, maybe, see what I guess they have, if they want us to kind of just keep that area open for their customers, we'll block it again, we'll just have to police the area a little bit better. Or if, you know, we can block it at the highway, you know, and maybe we can. just-
Those are mostly morning businesses. They don't function yet anyway, do they?
Well, on a Sunday too, it's gonna be a Sunday, right? So, yeah, just find out, they might not even be open on Sunday. Well, I know the coffee shop
I
is
didn't
open.
know.
That might be helpful.
Yeah. So, all right, so if there's no more discussion, we wanna go ahead and move with the motion for Alderman Garza to take action on closing the streets on Humphreys. Do I have a second on the action item?
I'll second.
We have a second by Alderman Dominguez. We'll move on with the vote. Phase 1,
Yes.
phase 2,
Yes.
phase 3,
Yes.
phase 4, phase 5.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item F, discuss, consider, take action on codes provided to the economic development to take down the big tree at the main park, not to exceed 1,000 in order to move forward with the master plan for the city park. Have a motion?
I make a motion for discussion.
Okay, motion by Alderman Garza for discussion,
Excuse me,
second by Alderman
is that the,
White.
It's gonna be for discussion.
On the tree, is that the one you want to speak about?
or I can comment on that?
Sure, sure. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up for discussion. Mr. Nino,
Okay,
come
thank
on
you.
up, sir.
So by the way, I voted today. I'm here, okay, that's the tree that we're talking about. I'm here to ask the council to reconsider, cutting that tree down. That tree is really old enough to be considered a historical marker. It's more than 50 years old. It hasn't been trimmed professionally to speak of, but it's still a good old tree that can be, it's an attraction for the community of Florida. The reason I sent you the write-up on the burn down of the old city hall was that the church department called me at about 2:00 in the morning on July 24th of 75, alerting me that the city hall was on fire. When I went over there, the fire department were trying to do their best to put that fire down, because it was a big fire, but they were running into the tree. And then it finally dawned on me that that's the tree that was in place already. It was already there in 75. So that makes that tree, to me, over 50 years old. And if we can petition the Texas Historic Tree Coalition to designate that as a historical marker, that would be an extra attraction for the community of Oregon. Eventually, some of this traffic is going to go. And we need people to come and visit the community and spend money and support our merchants. And so that's all my purpose here. I try to give you as much information as I could on the tree. So, but that tree is, as far as I remember, it's over 50 years old. And of course, the coalition will kind of determine exactly, pretty much get to the point exactly how old that tree is and how long it's been there. So that's all my request, really. If you need additional information,
What tree are we talking about?
if you want to pass this around, so that.
Where is it?
Oh, here it is, right here.
Oh, that one in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh,
There are several pictures there.
They're like that kind of.
right.
For those of y'all that don't know, Mr. Johnny Nino was the mayor at that time. And City Hall used to be right there at that concrete slab.
The reason they called me because I had an office there, so.
So when it burned down, that's what he's talking about, that City Hall burned down.
That tree was almost run down and cut down because the fire department was busy putting up the fire. So when I showed up, I was there, so I witnessed, and then I thought about it, that tree was already there when the city hall burned down.
Let me get it on.
There's already gonna go see the tree in Rockport too.
I'm not here to tell you how old I am, I'm just here to tell you how old that tree is.
So we would be calling the Texas Historic Tree.
That's in case you want a petition to have it marked as a historical marker, which would be a growing attraction for the city of Albany. You know,
I think, Councilman Paco just brought up, maybe we could actually get a professional arborist to come out here and look at that tree.
Just
Not
trim it
only- Not only could he tell us probably the age of the tree, but he could also tell us, what is the goal, the end goal here, maybe to maybe they could give us an idea of how to trim it correctly and professionally, so we still get the intended goal, which is to be able to light up the park at night when we have these kinds of events, but without removing the tree completely. So, you know,
Should we proceed with this? I mean, it's an application that you're.
Yeah, I'll give you all the petition to, in case y'all are interested, because, it's gonna require,
Send somebody out.
it's gonna
Like I
require.
said, we looked at it, it's just needs trimming, basically, trim it, we can trim it, we got that, we had that light. And what happened is that tree just.
Well, this is the trick about trimming a tree that
Yeah.
could be designated as a historical mark.
Right.
You just don't go in there trimming like the tree in your backyard.
Well, I know that's what
It
he
has to
said.
be
get a
professionally
professional, yeah.
done, and it has to be done by, I wouldn't do anything until you decide whether it can be designated as a historical marker, because it's already been trimmed, not professionally, and you can tell. That tree is a lot bigger than what it is there, but it's been trimmed a little medieval style, so.
well, I can tell you that, living in Austin, as long as if you had an oak tree like that in your yard, you just couldn't trim it, period. You had to actually have an arborist come and look at it, and he would tell, they would give you the permission to trim it or not trim it.
And you
So,
have some other trees out there that the neighbors, that particular age.
so,
And it says, trees as well, a group of trees.
Right.
It says.
so we might go ahead and move on with that application.
Let me give you an example for example, like the Rockport, Fulton, and Lamar area. They treasure those trees up there, and they have a lot of people that go visit those trees. Any questions?
The objective of this was just to get the light, I mean, we don't have to cut it down, it's just to get light to where we want it.
Well, my point is that regardless of what you decide to do with the lights, I wouldn't trim it. You know, I wouldn't have anybody trim it right.
It's not anybody, we said Robert.
Yeah, we can get an arborist out here to just look at it.
I make a motion that we go ahead and take it. I have a number.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
So we have a motion by Council Alderman Whitworth to table item F, and a second by Alderman Dominguez. If there's no more discussion, we'll move on the motion to table. Phase one,
Yes.
phase two,
Yes.
phase three,
Yes.
phase four, phase five.
Yes.
Item G, discuss, consider, and take action to bring current economic development board members' terms into compliance with the EDC bylaws by conducting a random drawing to assign staggered expiration dates resulting in 4 board members' terms expiring April 27, and 3 director terms expiring in April 28, with no change to the current board membership. Have a motion?
Make a motion, we, in the bylaws, but we could put that on the special call meeting to draw numbers. To draw numbers.
I'll second.
Okay.
And, discussion.
So a motion by Councilman Alcón, second by Alderman Huerta. So we'll open it up for discussion. Can you explain what you're,
Yeah, basically, we're going over the bylaws. So, the attorney for economic development, he's gonna draw up the bylaws, for us. But, on one of the items, it says the staggering, but it lost track years ago. So the problem we had, during nominations, we would eliminate having that problem, because we would stagger. So that's what Jesse's saying, is for us to go ahead and draw names. It would just be 3 of us, right? It would just be 3 of the council that would draw names, and they would just extend. Is that the way we fulfill? Extend the term.
Even though you get off council, you still will be on, is that right, EDC?
Yes.
See, so you'll still be on the
You'll still be on the
EDC. You say you don't get elected next year,
Right.
you'll still, if
You'll still be in.
if you,
The next council would only nominate,
Or two, whatever, one.
just 3 of them.
But we also decided that we're gonna go ahead and put in the bylaws that it's gonna be 4 from the city side and 3 directors. Just like you were recommending, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Because we feel the same way that you already have 4 people coming over here,
Right.
pretty much, set. So, that's what we'll do.
That'd be perfect.
Like I said, go ahead and prove this and then put it on the Bible, on the next special call meeting, we can draw them, because we all delete it.
We'll feature, yeah, have a special call next week. Or we'll feature to this list. All right, so we had a motion by Councilman Falcon to take action to bring the current EDC, take action to bring current EDC board members' terms into compliance with the EDC bylaws by conducting the random drawings to assign staggered expiration dates. If there's no more discussion, we'll go on with the vote. Phase 1,
Yes.
phase 2,
Yes.
phase 3,
Yes.
phase 4,
Yes.
phase 5.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item H, discuss, consider, and take action to approve right-of-way permit that will allow protection to the city when an outside company performs work within public right-of-ways. A motion.
We have a motion to approve the right of way permit.
Motion by Alderman Falcon, do I have a second? Second by Alderman Huerta. So we'll open that up for discussion. Concisa?
We have just 2 minutes.
Okay.
I just want to say that Destiny has been working very, very hard on this. She asked for my opinion, and I said, we've never had that before, so work on it. Because you know how contractors come in and they make a mess, and we don't have nothing to fall back on, so.
Go ahead, then.
Okay, so, the right of way, which is essentially just that area that, the city owns, we have contractors come in, to put the fiber lights on. We had one contractor come in, left a mess of things behind, in which the city was responsible for picking up and cleaning up. I know just this past time we had that water leak that was caused by a contractor that came in. We had to hire Jason to come in and we had to pay for the parts and everything. So this essentially is just going to protect us from those contractors that come in and just leave a mess, cause damages. That way the city's not responsible for the amounts that we're having to pay. This is just going to protect us from it. It requires the contractors to have insurance. And requires them for them to put us on insurance, so if anything were to happen, we could file with their insurance to get payment for that instead of the city dishing out the money for it. There is some regulations that you have to be OSHA certified. We have I have a whole list of rules that is there. As far as the application fee, I'm not really sure on what we would set it at. I kind of wanted to leave it up to y'all to see what the fees would be. I did reach out to some other counties, Sinton has it, Portland has it, of course Corpus as well. And the bigger cities, Austin, San Antonio, they all have something like this to just kind of protect themselves from it.
Do we know what their permit fees are?
For Corpus, I know I wanna say it's $250. And then $100 for them to register as a contractor, which is what the R fee. Based off of that. Portland, I did reach out to them, but their person who handles the permits was on vacation. So I haven't heard back from them.
It might be a good idea to get with a city that's like more our size, maybe Sinton, Portland, Portland's a little bigger now than it used to be, but maybe with Mathis, maybe Sinton, even Ingleside, and see, what they charge, what is their permit fee, and registration fee. So we can kind of be in the same area.
Okay.
Corpus is a little bit bigger, they get away
Yeah.
with a lot of stuff that we probably won't be able to get away with, so. But yeah, that would be perfect, and thank you for working on this.
Misty, where'd you get this from, this application?
I made it.
She looked through other cities and.
The application, I made the application, the kind of regulations, I just kind of looked through other cities and just kind of put it together. And then just kind of tweaked it to what you would have. I kind of changed a little bit of the things.
If I was looking at meet the requirements set by the South Texas Council of Government, where are those specifics at? You got a place to look for that? Number
The-
10?
Yes, it is, I thought I cited it on there, sorry. So there's a website that has all of this information. It has like every single section, which gives you kind of like the bylaws of what you need. So I didn't cite it on there, I should have, sorry.
No, I was bored and I read it. No, and then a boring, like 36 inch, 24, is that? what is-
That's standard for the pipe size I got with Sanchez on that one.
Okay.
So that's just the standard pipes that we use.
And then that,
I was telling Destiny also on the insurance. portion of it,
yeah,
What you do is you could tell them to call their insurance
Yeah.
and add the city of Odom as additional insurance.
oh, this covered.
It'll be on the COI.
Have you read this to Becky?
No.
I gotta see that.
Hey,
you got an hour?
My copy.
I got a copy. It just,
But I think it's.
it's good, very good, yeah.
We've never had anything.
No, I think it's actually,
She's the one that brought it up, and then that's a good idea.
it's written well, and there's a lot of detail in there, like, whoa.
Well, I know that, sometimes our guys go out there and they try to mark where the water lines are, but it is difficult to really, I mean, I've learned, like I said, I've learned a lot more about water and probably the same and sewer than I ever thought I would want to know. But I do know that sometimes what we have on the map doesn't always
Yeah, it doesn't always line
crossover,
up.
line
Yeah.
up to what reality is. And I know that when we had the fiber optics company here, we were fixing a lot of water leaks, underneath driveways. And so this is really a fabulous idea, and thank you for
Do
bringing
we
it
have to have
up.
an ordinance on that one too? Probably do an ordinance if I put it in
Yes, we
the,
would have to do an ordinance.
on the fee schedule and all that stuff, right?
Yes.
That we do all that.
Well, if we have we have to come up with a fee and vote on, get approval from the council to assess the fees and stuff, but,
I think it's good.
so. Then we can do that, maybe, we can put the next month's meeting for April. Maybe by then you can kind of have it all kind of together and, maybe we'll work with the deputy to get an ordinance in place and everything, maybe we could just schedule in for April and go ahead and get it going.
Okay.
Unless you want to try to do it even quicker than that.
It doesn't matter. I can reach out to the cities and then try to get an ordinance put together for it.
Awesome.
How did you probably did, the fee seal pretty good? That concrete they broke? You see?
I asked them, I said, are y'all gonna come back? Because you left about 12 inches of dirt all the way around, grass is gonna grow. Oh, no, we're gonna come back and put concrete all the way around. And they said they were gonna start Monday, yesterday, so. I haven't seen him.
I just seen his, he's got a big mess
They
in
made a
his place.
mess.
They made a mess.
So this is gonna kind of just protect us from all
That's
that.
good, yeah.
But we can still call them because
Yes.
there's some other stuff that they made a mess.
And we can still send them a bill, I mean.
See, now you got a paper to back it up.
Yes, exactly, that's the thing.
I said, Karen, there's a lot of mess over there,
Oh, yeah, well, that's where the major leak was.
but they left it like, it's huge,
Yeah.
and a lot of elders live there.
Any more discussion? So we have, and well, thank you, ma'am, thank you so much for what you do. We have a motion by Alderman Falcone, to take action to approve the right-of-way permit that will provide protection to the city, with outside companies. We have a second by Alderman Huerta. So we're gonna go ahead and move on.
And I guess we need to determine, what they thought.
The fees to be determined and the ordinance as well. We'll try to get that on the next schedule as well for the next meeting. Phase 1,
Yes.
phase 2,
Yes.
phase 3,
Yes.
phase 4,
Yes.
phase 5.
Yes.
Great job. Item I, discuss, consider, and take action on possible action regarding social media presence, including the review of current posting practices by city officials and employees, and a potential development or amendment of a formal social media policy. Do you have a motion?
I'll make a motion to discuss the, let me read the whole thing. Discuss, consider, and take action on possible action regarding city social media presence, including the review of current posting practices by city officials and employees, and the potential development or amendment of a formal social media policy.
Do you have a second?
I'll second it. So discussion.
We have a motion by Alderman White, second by Alderman Falcone for discussion. So we're gonna go ahead and open that up for discussion.
Becky, is there any way that we can go in executive session under personnel?
I'd say that's the only way to get the personnel.
I would like to volunteer.
Who's the personnel that you
It's not really a personnel issue, it's just a policy issue.
The first, this dealing with, I just.
Somebody that personnel.
Yeah, it is personnel.
City employees, how they use policy.
Now we have an issue.
It's a gray area.
When I say under personnel, we're just dealing with city personnel.
Yeah.
We're not really addressing a concern with a specific employee, it's just about policy. I mean, I think we can discuss that in the public setting.
So, on this one, who wrote this policy?
This policy, Ms. Lisa's been working on a social media policy.
Closed session.
If
Talking about policy.
you do, you can go under personnel.
Yeah.
It's dealing with personnel, really.
I'll second the.
I mean, I guess we can go into executive session. I mean, I don't even really see it's a policy issue. We can speak about policy issue in public. So, we're gonna be discussing about a specific employee.
This one gets picky. I mean, we're not discussing employees. When we do that, we're just violating the law, whatever. Because they need to be here to listen to it. Say, like, we specifically say one employee.
But you're not talking about any particular employee. You're just saying-
I mean, it should be open and everybody listen to it.
So I think we should just have the discussion here about the potential policy. So,
Like I said, I'd rather go into executive session. Isaac said, and he said it's okay, so I don't know how the rest of it.
You don't have to vote on it. If you want to do it. With the motion second.
all right, so we'll vote for executive session. Phase one,
Yes.
phase two,
Yes.
phase three,
Yes.
phase four,
No.
phase five. All right, I guess we're going to executive session. It is now 7:40.